VIP visas are for sale. The practice of granting citizenship or residency has become a lucrative global industry, offering wealthy individuals the ability to secure new passports or residency rights in exchange for substantial financial contributions. These so-called golden visas or citizenship by investment programs have proliferated in recent years. They cater to the growing millionaire class, yet this phenomenon raises profound ethical and social questions, particularly in a world where anti-immigrant sentiment is on the rise. What emerges is a stark inequity. While the wealthy can effectively buy their way into countries, poorer migrants, people who are suffering, escaping torture and war, they face increasingly restrictive barriers and hostile rhetoric. The United States recently entered this controversial market with a new offering. Donald Trump's announcement of a $5 million gold card, a program that would grant wealthy applicants the same rights as a green card and provide a pathway to citizenship. Trump's plan dwarfs the cost of similar programs globally, such as Portugal's €500,000 investment visa or Malta's €650,000 citizenship scheme. While marketed as an economic boost that would attract talent and reduce national debt, the initiative exemplifies the commodification of citizenship. It reduces one of the most fundamental aspects of national identity to a transactional relationship available only to those who can afford it. This commodification becomes even more troubling when compared to the treatment of poorer immigrants. Around the world, anti-immigrant sentiment disproportionately targets low-income migrants who are often vilified as economic burdens or cultural threats. In contrast, wealthy investors are welcomed with open arms, celebrated for their ability to contribute financially, even if their investments do little to benefit local communities beyond superficial economic metrics. The dual standard is glaring. While affluent individuals gain access to visa-free travel, tax benefits and political stability through these programs, poorer migrants face bureaucratic hurdles, detention centres and social exclusion. The inequity in these systems reflects deeper global inequalities. Wealthy nations have constructed immigration policies that prioritise economic gain over fairness or inclusivity. The result is a two-tier system, one for the rich, who can buy their way into opportunity and privilege, and another for the poor, who must navigate increasingly hostile environments just to survive. This disparity not only perpetuates economic inequality, it also entrenches social divisions on a global scale. Critics of golden visa programs argue that they erode the integrity of citizenship itself. Citizenship traditionally implies a shared commitment to a nation's values and community, not merely an exchange of money for rights. Moreover, these schemes have been linked to serious security risks and ethical concerns. It's been claimed that some countries have granted citizenship to politically exposed individuals and Russian oligarchs, raising questions about money laundering and corruption. The European Union has pushed member states to end such programs and has even revoked visa-free travel positions for nations deemed risky. The UK took a notable stand by abolishing its golden visa scheme in 2022 amid concerns over dirty money, signalling an acknowledgement of these risks. However, despite growing scrutiny in some regions, the market, the demand for cash for citizenship schemes remains robust. Emerging markets like China, India, Turkey and South Africa have produced waves of millionaires eager to secure second passports as insurance against political instability or economic uncertainty at home. Even Britons seeking post-Brexit options have turned to such programmes in significant numbers. All of this is a stark contrast to the barriers faced by refugees fleeing poverty or violence. The broader implications of these programmes are deeply troubling. By prioritising financial capital over human rights or social cohesion, governments risk undermining democratic values and exacerbating global inequality. Citizenship becomes less about integration into a community and more about privilege, a status symbol reserved for those who can afford it. At the same time, poorer migrants are left to bear the brunt of restrictive immigration policies and xenophobic backlash. There can also be unintended economic effects of these golden visas. If the wealth of the person is used to buy assets, the sudden increase in demand can be inflationary. Rich migrants will often buy property, pushing up prices for ordinary citizens, pricing them out of the market. Addressing this inequity requires a fundamental rethink of how nations approach immigration policy. While there's no denying that attracting genuine, productive foreign investment can benefit an economy, it shouldn't come at the expense of fairness or ethical principles. It doesn't seem right when citizenship becomes just a commodity, a commercial transaction devoid of genuine ties to a nation's community and values. There's one more interesting point here that I think is worth raising. The inequity of golden visa programs also raises a deeper question about the role of borders in perpetuating global inequality. Some advocates argue for a world without borders where humanity operates as a unified global society, ensuring that everyone has access to a minimum standard of well-being. In such a vision, national boundaries would dissolve, allowing people to move freely in pursuit of better opportunities, while fostering global cooperation on shared challenges like poverty, climate change and public health. Now, this is often dismissed as being utopian, but the idea is gaining traction among some thinkers who believe that the interconnected crises of our time demand really radical solutions. While the current system privileges the wealthy and marginalises the poor, a borderless world would reimagine citizenship as a universal right rather than an exclusive commodity. I really like this idea. It's a really bold idea that would be difficult to implement. It would face a lot of resistance. But I'm an optimist and I definitely want to think about it. I think I'm going to make a separate video on the idea of a borderless world. We live in an era defined by rising inequality and polarisation, and the global trend towards cash for visas serves as yet another reminder of how wealth can buy privilege while leaving others behind. Without reform, these programmes risk deepening existing divides while undermining the very principles of democracy and social justice that they claim to uphold. Citizenship should be about belonging, about community. It should be about caring and compassion, not simply about what you can pay for it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.